Hi everybody and welcome back to the Upside Dan. I am here from a different timeline, an alternate timeline Dan, where he reviewed Annabelle, The Road to the Conjuring 3. He reviewed it at home here. He didn't review it where he was house sitting, as you saw in the actual video. I'm in this timeline. This isn't the right Dan that I'm looking for though. I'm looking for an alternate universe Upside Dan who basically has the exact same thoughts and stuff as me, just without the knowledge of whatever is going on with this hacker. The hacker doesn't exist in this alternate timeline that I'm looking for. I want him to be able to focus on finally getting the Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 6 review and Marvel Studios assembled review out to you guys. I think the way to do that is to take the hacker out of it for a little bit. So the alternate universe Dan I'm looking for, he will be the same Dan, just the hacking stuff hasn't been happening to him. And that way he can get out, finally, because it's been almost a couple weeks. He can get out the season finale of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier and the making of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode to you guys. You really deserve that. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to do it. That's why I needed to find this Dan, because I'm just so focused on this hacking stuff. What's going on? I'm gonna have to check out those coordinates, but I do want you guys to be prepared. Be prepared for this hacking thing, because I know how it goes down. I checked out several alternate universe Upside Dans, and there were some crazy ones that I'm so glad that I'm actually not like. I will play a little reel of those Upside Dans for you guys in a minute, and then after that, the correct Upside Dan that doesn't know about the hacking stuff, so don't tell him, will be reviewing The Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 6 and Marvel Studios assembled the making of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So please sit tight for that. Hi everybody and welcome back to the Upside Dan. I can't even wait. Annabelle from 2014 is the best horror movie, definitely in my top 5 at least of all time. It is such an effective and thrilling horror movie that just really, it gets you on the edge of your seat at the beginning and it stays with you until the end. It's absolutely mind-blowing and awesome and so much better than The Conjuring. I mean, The Conjuring sucked in comparison. Oh, I'm absolutely blown away by this. This is, I'm gonna end the review. This gets a 10 out of 10 from me. That's Annabelle 2014 getting a 10 out of 10 from me. So, Annabelle, what did I write in my notes? Annabelle 2014 was a really fine horror movie with some effective, kind of effective scares, some whatever. The movie's gonna have to get a suit. The movie's just super. I love it. I mean, I hate it, but whatever. Go check it out if you want. There's Conjuring coming up. The Conjuring 3. So, I got some comments that I didn't really give you guys what you wanted in the Voyagers video. Because, I was kind of teased, in the thumbnail. I was, all shirtless and seductive. But I didn't give you guys that in the video. I wasn't shirtless. So I think that, you guys deserve it now. Do you guys see what my friend gave me? I don't even like this movie. This is the worst movie ever made. Annabelle was so much better than this. I am so excited for Conjuring 3. Get this out of here. And okay, I ate the damn chalkboard. What do you want from me? So we are on the road to the Conjuring 43. The devil is still making me do it. So we are on the road to the Conjuring 23. And right now we are on Annabelle 10. Now, Annabelle 10, what did I think of it? I think Annabelle's 10th outing is a blast. An absolute thrill ride from start to finish. It makes me so excited for The Conjuring 23. The devil is still making me do it. I don't know how to make the devil stop. Please help me make the devil stop. The longest title to a movie you will ever see. That's the title too. Screw Marvel. Screw Endgame. Screw Infinity War. Screw it all. I do not like superhero movies. Hello everybody. We are back with another Annabelle movie on the road to The Conjuring 44. Now, The Conjuring 44 is about an event that didn't even happen yet in paranormal future history. Yeah, it will be history in about 20 years, but it's something that didn't even happen yet, but it's going to happen in Paranormal Activity 43 or whatever. I mean, The Conjuring 43, Paranormal Activity 1, The Devil Made Me Do It Yet Again. How do I make this devil stop doing this? I cannot handle this anymore. I just am drinking a ton of Coke and doing a ton of Coke. What can I do to stop the devil from making me kill innocent people? The title, the movie, the series, the musical. It's an absolute blast from start to finish. So many effective scares. Literally, they just had real ghosts in the theaters come out, possess some people, haunt people, make them do crazy stuff. It was an absolute blast. I'm on cocaine too. I'm on a lot of cocaine, a lot of coke, a lot of. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Upside Down. Today we are talking about the effing movie, The Conjuring 89. The cocaine made me do it, with the help of the devil. You guessed it, the devil. Thank you so much for tuning in to this review. I am so happy to be at 50 million bazillion subscribers. Thank you so much to everybody. Me, lost in the reel, man of movies, let's be real with Brad, geeky hijinks, we all did it. I'm so happy for all of us. We are all at exactly 50 million gajillion subscribers. We deserve it. Does this movie, though, deserve 50 million gajillion subscribers? Yes. It's all sorts of hopped up on cocaine. The devil gets possessed himself, and he is on cocaine as well. And it's just crazy. I had a fun time with this movie. And then a lot of that could have had to do with that I did snort some cocaine before the movie. The theater gave it to us as a promotional gift. Thank you so much to the theater. And this movie gets a 10.10 out of 9 from me. And that's a review right there. Thank you so much. Hi everybody, and welcome back to the Upside Down. Today I'm finally going to be talking about the series. Today I'm finally going to be talking about the season finale of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That's episode 6. Episode 6 is titled One World, One People. As the Flag Smashers escalate their efforts, Sam and Bucky take action. As always with these, this is going to be a spoiler review of the season finale of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So if you've not seen the finale yet, if you have not seen any of the show, don't watch this video, come back when you do, or if you don't care, watch the video. But this is a spoiler review and recap. So we start off right where we ended last week. The GRC is on lockdown in that building because the Fastmasters are trying to stop the vote from happening. Sharon is there in some cool techie disguise. Sam has a really cool entrance. He comes in, he's not the Falcon anymore, he's Captain America. So Sam has his really awesome suit. I thought the suit looked really, really nice. It looked cool, it looked awesome. I was definitely happy to see it, and I loved hearing him say, "I am Captain America." It was like such an iconic scene. And there was a funny moment when one of the guys was like, "I thought Captain America was on the moon." A good callback to the first episode when Torres was asking about the rumors about Captain America being on the moon. Batroc finally gets his chance to be face to face with Sam, and him and Sam have a battle. The fight choreography is pretty good here. I think the best action in this show is really a lot has to do with, when Sam is flying. So I really like the flight stuff here. And I really like Sam and Bucky versus Captain America, John Walker. We have Kari. She distracts Bucky by calling him because he's supposed to not let any of the hostages, pretty much no one gets out of the building. But they did get out of the building because Kari talks to him. She's talking to Bucky, just trying to, buy time. Trying to get him on her side. And then, but he's like, "There's another way. I've been there, trust me." Sharon stops one of the bad guys by blowing gas or something in his car after he locks the hostages in the SWAT team truck. and the helicopters. So they have these hostages and helicopters and the trucks. Sam finally leaves Batrock. Doesn't beat him. But he leaves him, and then he's like trying to save the hostages that are on the helicopters. I thought the flight choreography was really cool, and there was a part when he lands on a bridge and the helicopter's like zooming down and about to crash, and he blocks it with his new wings, and that's just a very awesome scene, and awesome that he can do that. Yeah, there's probably some implausible stuff, but it's the MCU. But and the helicopter flies off into the water. Bucky gets to Kari and everyone, and he's trying to fight the Flag Smashers to stop him from taking over the SWAT trucks. And he's fighting, and then Kari lights, or one of the Flag Smashers lights the truck on fire, and Bucky has to try to save that. It was just a distraction. Bucky gets thanked though when he does get the hostages out of the burning truck. And it's a really cool moment for Bucky. It shows some good character development, and it's all he ever wanted. He always felt, he was a bad guy because he was the Winter Soldier. But now he gets to be thanked by civilians for saving them. So I thought that was really cool. John Walker comes up on the scene yelling, "Morgenthau!" And he's obviously mad because obviously Kari killed Lamar. And Kari was like, "I didn't mean to kill your friend. His life didn't matter," or something. And then John Walker was like, "Lamar's life mattered." And she was like, "Not to my fight." And they fought. They start to fight. The shield that he made last post-credit scene is pretty much ruined right away. Sam takes out the pilot of one of the helicopters. He finds out that someone in there can fly a helicopter. So he's talking to her, and he says, "We need good timing on this." And it's a really cool flight scene. He flies right through the helicopter, he knocks the door open with his shield. Then he flies right through, gets the pilot out, and one of the hostages takes over and flies a helicopter and lands it successfully. So it's a really cool moment. Sam saving all these hostages. I really liked that. Like I said, I think that the flight stuff is some of the best action in this show. It's the coolest, I think. So John and Kari are fighting. John falls off. I didn't know it was a ramp until John fell off it, but it's like a parking ramp kind of. And then he, at one point, he chooses to save the civilians that are about to fall off the ramp instead of going after Kari, which I thought was a good, I don't want to say redeeming, it's a redeeming quality. I don't know if it totally redeems the character, but still, I love the character. Wyatt Russell as John Walker is just amazing. He is probably my favorite new character and one of my favorites. I just really like him. I thought Wyatt Russell has done a great job portraying this character. The character is flawed and has a hard time living up to the mantle that is Captain America. And that's why I enjoy this so much. And Wyatt Russell's doing an extraordinary job portraying this character, and I hope we are. I can't wait to see more of him in the MCU. I think that he's a very strong character, one of the strongest from this show. So John is trying to get the truck out, but Kari gets him, and then Sam finally saves the truck with using his thrusters and his wings, pushing the truck up. I thought that was a really cool scene. A lot of people were, nitpicking it. Like I just said, nitpicking it for being unrealistic, but I mean, it's the MCU, and I mean, he had thrusters and tech from Wakanda. So I don't know, I didn't find it that unbelievable that he would be able to do that, especially the first time I watched this. I didn't think anything of it, and then I saw people nitpicking it. And I was like, oh, I could see where they're coming from, but I mean, I think that it's the MCU, and it's a cool scene, cool imagery. So Kari and the Flag Smashers, they're running apart, they're trying to get away. So Carly's underground, and then Sharon shows up and calling and talking to her like she knows her, what she does, because she is the power broker. Surprise! Surprise! Sharon is the power broker. Surprise. Really surprised. She hired Batrock to, spy on Kari and the Flag Smashers. And then, but one thing leads to another. Sharon ends up killing Batrock. Kari ends up shooting Sharon, which was like, oh wow. And then, Sam comes in though, and Sam's like, I'm not gonna fight you, I'm not gonna fight you. Kari keeps trying to get him to fight her. She keeps punching his shield, she keeps saying, fight me, why don't you fight me? I thought this was a pretty good, face off between these two. I do wish we kind of got more of their dynamic that we got in episode 4. I thought that scene in episode 4 was really well directed, well written, well acted. It had really good dialogue in it, and I wish we saw more of that. That's what made me care more for Kari a little bit. That was really one of the only scenes that did, though. I didn't really feel a connection most of this, pretty much all this season, except for a scene here and there. I wish we got more of that, but I mean, it's basically, it's a lot like Bucky and Captain America that he wouldn't really fight Bucky. He didn't really want to fight Bucky, and now Sam doesn't want to fight Kari. He agrees kind of with her deals, just not the way she's going about them. And then the rest of the Flag Smashers, we see them get a notification on the app. They turn around and it's Bucky and John Walker. They caught them. John Walker says, "Mercy bears richer fruit than strict justice." John and Bucky, they catch the Flag Smashers. They say that. Bucky's like, "Lincoln, really?" John Walker's like, "Great man, great quote." And then Bucky's like, "Not when you say it." So it seems that Kari has the upper hand, and Sharon shoots Kari. And Kari apologizes to Sam. She's like, "I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry." However, Kari dies. Sam's flying down and he has Kari in his arms. It's a really cool visual, I thought. It wasn't as emotionally impactful as I think they were trying to go for, because, like I said, they just didn't give Kari enough this season. But it was kind of, you know, it was a good moment, and it looked well. It looked well done. It looked beautiful. It looked good. It looked like a good moment. So Sam has a speech. It's a great speech. My second time watching this, I didn't even write notes because what I was doing my second time, because I was like, I just wanted to pay attention to this speech. So the press are asking him, when did the government make him Captain America? Is he still the Falcon? Is it Captain Falcon now? He's having a conversation with the governor and, you know, all the people that were held hostage. He says, "You gotta stop calling them terrorists," referring to Kari. "Your peacekeeping groups armed with guns are forcing millions of people into settlements around the world, right? What do you think those people are gonna call you? These labels, terrorists, refugees, thug, they're often used to get around the question, why? You have no idea how complicated this situation is," the governor says. "I'm a black man carrying the stars and stripes. What don't I understand? Every time I pick this up, I know there are millions of people who are going to hate me for it. Even now here, I feel it. The stares, the judgment, and there's nothing I can do to change it. Yet I'm still here. No super serum, no blonde hair or blue eyes. The only power I have is that I believe we can do better. We can't demand that people step up if we don't meet them halfway." And he's talking about like the decisions they have to make. Like, oh, do we feed the millions of hungry people? Do we knock down this whole forest? And Sam's like, who's in the room with you while you're making those decisions? Is it the people you're going to impact? Or is it just more people like you? This girl died trying to stop you, and no one has stopped for 1 second to ask why. You've got to do better, Senator. You've got to step up. Because if you don't, the next Kari will. You people have just as much power as an insane god or a misguided teenager. How are you going to use it? I really love that scene, and as Sam's walking past John Walker, John gives him a nice little nod. They give each other a nice little nod. I really liked that. It was subtle, but it was a sweet moment. And then Sam walks back to Bucky. Bucky's like, "Sorry, I was texting. All I heard was black man with the stripes and stars." That was a funny moment, and you know, it adds to their brotherly banter, their partner, their friendship. Bucky says, "Nice work, Cap." Then they get to Sharon. Sharon's like, "The suit looks good on you, by the way." Then we get to the raft. I didn't know it was called this, but that's the high security prison that the villains go to and stuff. Or I think it's when in Civil War, when the people that went against the Sokovia Accords, they were there, that got caught. And so Zemo's in the raft and he's watching the news, and we find out that the Flag Smashers that were taken, their truck blows up, and we find out it's his butler that did it. Then we have Vale, John Walker, and John's wife, and John Walker has the uniform on, the U.S. agent uniform. Vale even says, "We're not going to need a Captain America, we're going to need a U.S. agent." John says it's the same but black. Bucky goes to the old man that we saw in the first episode and comes clean about killing his son. And it was a sweet moment, but I just wish it lasted longer. It felt like it was just glossed over. I wish we got more of that. It didn't feel as right as it could have. So Bucky's therapist gets all the names checked out. He walks past the coffee shop or the diner or whatever, sees the girl that he went on a date with. She's talking to the old guy. Sam went to see Isaiah now again, and Sam says, I'm not going to let anyone tell me I can't fight for it. Then we get to a really emotional scene. Sam takes Isaiah to the museum, and he has an exhibit, basically a little portion of the exhibit dedicated to Isaiah Bradley, which was a really cool scene. Eli and Isaiah are there, and then Isaiah comes up, he hugs Sam. It's a very emotional scene because now they'll never forget what he did for them, which Sam says to Isaiah. Really great scene because we know Isaiah was just pushed to the sidelines, basically. So it was a great scene. I think I really liked the Isaiah and Sam stuff this season the most, probably. Then we get to Sam's cookout. Sam and his family have a cookout, and Bucky comes with a nice cake, and it's really, you know, it's a kind of a sweet, subtle moment because he finally has friends and a family that he can call his own, because he's part of them now. He's a part of this group. Really cool scene. They watch the sunset for a second, then it cuts to black, and it says Captain America and the Winter Soldier. And that actually kind of gave me chills for a second. It's really cool that the title card changed to that. Excited to see what they have in the future for this series and these characters. Then we get to an end credit scene with Sharon. She got her pardon. They say, "Welcome home, Agent Carter." As Sharon's exiting the building, she calls someone, and she's probably still the power broker. They have access now to all these government weapons and stuff. Then the episode ends. I like the episode enough. We'll get more to it in my series review, which I'm gonna do in like MCU chronological order. That's when this will come. That's when my WandaVision series review will come. Yeah, so I'm gonna be doing the MCU reviews in chronological order. I'm gonna do them slower than I planned, so I'm not gonna lead it up into Black Widow, because I really want to take my time with these, and I have some good ideas for these, so I really want to take my time. But yeah, so we'll get more into my thoughts for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Overall, I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was amazing. I thought some parts of the finale worked, some parts didn't work. But yeah, we will see more of my thoughts when I get to my series review. Next up, though, is Marvel Studios Assembled, the making of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode. So that'll be one of my next reviews. I did one on WandaVision, the making of WandaVision, so you could check that out. What did you think of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier? The whole show, the finale. What did you think of this show? What do you think of the characters? Please comment down below with all of your spoiler-filled thoughts. If you liked what you've seen here and you want to see more, just click around here to see some more. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video with the MCU fans in your life. Hit that notification bell, subscribe, and come to the upside, Dan.